My name is Donna Bassell, and I taught English 112, a freshman seminar in Castles and Cathedrals. Well, I've been having students use them for two things, for doing presentations to the class and for doing presentations in small groups. For doing presentations of the class, it gets them out of that corner of the smart classroom and allows them to sort of be closer to their audience and move things around more on the overhead and sort of interact more with the presentation and with the audience. So that's what I've been sort of working on with them as far as that's concerned. Well, we're finding a lot of sort of new ways to use it. For instance, I hadn't thought about the advantage in small group work because everyone can upload their information to the same Box account, and so if there's a PowerPoint, for example, that someone who's presenting wants to show, everyone can see it on their own iPad. So they can see materials and move around on the web or do other things like that in a group in a way that the smart classroom doesn't necessarily allow. I mean, the smart classroom allows one person to present at a time in the front of the room. It doesn't allow multiple presentations to be going on, and when we have the iPads, I can have small groups that are all looking at different PowerPoints or different locations on Google Earth or different other kinds of materials, and they can be doing them together as a group, and so that really facilitates small group work in a new way. Well, one of the classes that I want to use the iPad in next semester is my sociolinguistics class, because there's a lot of auditory information that you can get online from about dialects and so forth. There's the National Linguistics maps and things like that. So I can set students again to work in groups, interacting with the iPad and with each other in ways that just isn't possible outside of a computer lab. At various times I've had to teach linguistics in computer labs because so many resources for teaching are online. But at the same time, those sort of big stable desktops are an impediment to group work. And the iPad makes it possible for them to divide tasks and to report to each other and to actually sort of listen to things together in a way that they wouldn't be able to otherwise. So I'm looking forward to using it in my linguistics class. I think one of the challenges is to just figure out how to adjust your pedagogy to take advantage of them. And I think we're still very much at a kind of experimental phase, and so we need to be talking a lot and sharing a lot of how we're revising assignments and approaches to use this and other technologies in the classroom, not for the sake of using technology, but for taking advantage of its strengths and its ability to kind of bring students out. I think one of the things that's another advantage is that students who are perhaps not as willing to participate in class, sometimes it's because they have language issues, English as a second language issue, or there's problems in terms of their just shyness or something like that, timidity, or they're just perhaps not, they're students with different kinds of ability levels, and it just sometimes gives them an opening into the classroom that they might not otherwise have or feel comfortable with.